All right, we are live. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks Thursday Night Live. Glad you're here. Hope you've got some space. We have a full room tonight, and which is really awesome. So I thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you want to get in, you may somebody may drop later. Who knows? Or may get booted. Who knows? This one down here, he's already on the edge. So. No, so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us for a little respite in the craziness of the world today. And we hope we can encourage you and just inspire you to be creative and do some awesome stuff. Let's look over here in the room. Richard Seamus is in the room. Brick Bunnies over there. Ryan is here. Yes, Ryan, the room is full right now. And so maybe we can get you in a little bit. Jeff McElwee, good to have you here.
What up, everybody?
Joseph K is here. And Dave's here. Brom is here. What's up, Brom? Please don't stop watching.
No politics.
We're at it, man. We're here. Kittenville Brick, how are you? Good to have you in the chat. So glad you're here. So welcome, everybody. We're glad you're here. And let's go around the room. I'm just going to start at the bottom and start heading around the room a little bit. I'll start with Mr. Magnus. What's up, Magnus?
I'm as good as anyone else right now. I haven't had a super productive Lego week. Well, that's actually not true. I haven't done much with my big castle, but I've been building this, which is a very peaceful thing.
Ooh, that's
big,
cool.
very nice thing. And the part of this is I'm most proud of. It's got independent suspension on each wheel. You see, I'm using these rubber bits. I forget what they're called. These things here.
Yeah,
the rubber thing.
And that means that each wheel, let me get this to work right. Each wheel has its own little suspension.
I have to run the key.
Yeah, that's Lego-wise.
What do you need to clean the top?
That's super awesome. So is that a G.I. Joe thing or is that a made-up thing?
This is a G.I. Joe thing. This is the original G.I. Joe version of this was...
Well, that's Slaughter's Marauders, right?
No, this is the Brawler, which is a kind of gray, white, and red thing in G.I. Joe. But I've toned the colors down a little bit, and it's got like hatches for people to just poke their heads out of and all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
Because that also looks like, you remember the one they did the Wolverine tank and they stuck another turret on the top and it was like Slaughter's Marauders or something and it had like the AA gun, kind of like that on like the.
I remember that, but this is a different one. Yeah.
Oh, cool! I'll have to look that up.
That's awesome. Is that a green lamppost as the middle gun?
Yes, dark green.
That looks really good.
And this thing. Would you, if you could believe such a thing, the original version of the G.I. Joe toy looked like this kind of, but the bit here didn't actually rotate. It was just kind of a fixed turret, which was annoying and unnecessary. So I made this one rotate, and I did a few other things to change it up a little.
I have not thought about that movie, Kittenville Brick, the movie Tank with James Garner, because James Garner is a hero. So I love that movie back in the day.
That's a wonderful movie. Someone asked in the feed if these are third-party parts. Yes, these are. Okay, this is time for some honesty. Usually, I would say these are Brickmania threads, but Brickmania threads have been out of stock for about half a year. So they're actually Chinese knockoff of Brickmania threads because I wasn't able to get my Brickmania threads.
We're sad by your fake bricks. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding.
As soon as Brickmania sells them again, I'll pay 4 times as much for their stuff. I mean, it's slightly better. Yeah,
that's exactly the right. That this is perfect, Magnus. Oh, this whole thing, and we're all jaw to the drawer, jaw to the floor, kind of thing, whatever.
Oh,
so
thank you.
that's really good. All right, so you're so understated with awesome tank. That is correct. He's like, yeah, I just threw this together this week. Yeah, I wasn't doing much Lego. Yeah.
Great, man. Thanks for setting the bar too high. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean to put him last next time. All right.
I'm a big bird.
Let's go to Meredith and Teal Wheels here. What's going on? Oh, you're muted.
Are they?
This is like the Zoom call bingo where like you have the dogs barking, the person on mute who's trying to talk, it's always me. We haven't been doing much this week. We've been really busy with school, really busy with work, so we're just kind of worn out. But I can
See a
still
big white wall there.
But yeah, about what is this large white
Or
wall?
my Porsche and imagine having a real one. That's all we got.
But no. What is this? What is this to the side
what's
of
the big
you?
white wall?
Oh, this
Yeah.
This?
is a Natalie Bell original.
Wow.
Wow.
We have
Oh.
a above
Yeah.
You've been busy.
now.
Yeah.
And we have some trick or treating going out front. Don't know what. Can I turn it around, Sweet Pea? And inside we have
Oh, wow.
Wow.
a full interior designed by Natalie, created by Natalie, built by
Okay. Time out. How many of you have an amazing mock sitting there that you're just going to suddenly bring on the screen and blow us all away? We'll just go ahead and get that out of the way.
Not doing a whole lot, huh?
Hey! This is not my mock. This is Natalie's. I
know.
I built the fridge. I will admit, I built this fridge. I made the ice maker. I was proud of my ice maker. But Natalie built the rest.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So she made I made the toilet too, but she made the shower. This is her bedroom.
The toilet.
What's going on with BB-8 in the bedroom?
I made the button on the toilet.
Is that a BB-8 pot?
You said butt
Yeah,
and
she
toilet.
says if I had a BB-8 pot, if I had a pot in my bedroom, it'd be a BB-8 pot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Welcome, Joseph Zawada. Welcome to the chat. Thank you. For joining
Hey,
us.
Joseph, welcome.
Yeah,
And
man.
welcome to new people.
It's great. Brick Bunnies TV, welcome. Glad you're here.
So there's a big tea party going on in front of the house.
These two are just be here.
That's why
That was really
Brian is in his pink swim trunks.
Oh,
He's in,
He's in swim capris now. Poor Brian got downgraded to swim capris.
uh-huh.
I don't want to see that in real life.
Yes, we don't need that demonstrated without anything but Lego. Thank you very much. All right. So, Brian, what shocking, amazing thing do you have to show us for today that you've built subtly this week?
Oh yeah, there's this whole mock that I have. Just kidding. It comes from here. No, this is not my design.
Ooh, the Black Knight's castle.
Yeah, obviously not my design. But I was filming to.
Okay, wait. Look, I have this much of a spaceship built this week. You guys are throwing this stuff down off my show. No.
We know
Don't
who's
worry,
getting dropped.
I didn't design this.
Okay.
But I was reviewing it today, so I got to build it again, and it's an amazing castle.
Oh, that's great.
From every single side, it's fantastic. So just wanted to show that off. And then I got a pretty good deal on some other knights on eBay. We've got these guys here, which are actually from the Black Knight's castle. He's got a little wiener dog weapon. And
Got a what? I'm gonna
this guy right here. And I don't know what this sword is, but it's not Lego, but it fits perfectly.
No,
It's like-
that is. I think that's the sword of Gryffindor.
Really?
Harry Potter. Could be wrong.
No.
2011.
It wouldn't make sense since these are all 90s figs, but I could be wrong. I'll look that up. I had never
I got
seen it
the
before.
sword right over here. Hang on. I got my sword. Hang on.
Hey, I'll get my button on the PG-13
Let's compare
already.
swords. And then I got some forestmen as well.
Oh.
So I'm working to complete the last 3 forestmen sets that I need. So
You
That's
need the
what I'm
lady.
working on
Where's the lady forest lady?
I have her.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is it that sword?
No, it's not that one.
Not
Oh,
that-
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Here, I'll show you it.
Pew, 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 pew.
It's an old school
Where's
sword
that
in chrome.
forward from?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not Lego. I don't believe at all.
There's no Lego logo on it, and I've
There's
never
no
seen
Lego
it
logo
before.
on this one, I don't think.
I don't think
Oh,
that's
there
a
is
Lego.
on the hilt at the very bottom.
Watch your
Yeah.
son.
All right.
I love getting told by kids. It's awesome.
Don't challenge my Lego knowledge.
Whoa. Get that.
Brian, does that have little nubs on the sides of the hilt?
Okay, I can't even.
Sorry.
Gil, wait. Well, I just want to see the face that Gil made when he heard that comment.
No 18 plus sets tonight. Just
These are child-friendly toys we're talking about.
so yeah, that's that was
You
my
keep your Boba Fett helmets to yourself, Brian.
Here, I'll go find the forest woman. I know I have that somewhere. So you can go to the next person.
Okay. Or we could just stare at your beautiful blank wall that you don't.
Oh, I'm leaving him here as company.
Thank you. It's very nice. Very kind. Very kind. Dave Cowdice, how are you?
I'm well. How's everybody here?
Not Canadian. Sorry.
But wishing we were.
There's no snow here.
So Chris inspired me the other day, so I decided to actually try to build a spaceship.
Oh, that's great.
Spaceship.
Trying. And speaking of third-party windows or third-party parts, I ordered from my favorite place, Jealous Panda, because I want to trans yellow in the 4x6 windows. So
I have seen those windows on eBay, and they're actually look really nice for third-party stuff.
This
so.
guy just cooks them in his.
yeah,
I was going to say turmeric.
Sorry.
but that's all I'm doing and hanging out with my son. So
Good deal. It looks like Gil has got really good Canadian internet, so he may be sucking up your internet, Dave. But
Well, that's just
wait, what you got here, Brian?
Equal representation.
nice.
I love that minifig.
Yeah. I found the torso for this one at Atlanta Brick Co. for like $10, so I had to get it. But she's got the wrong head piece. But this one's genuine. This is from the actual set. So.
Hey, they're different. They don't have to be, the same. They could be
Exactly. This is the one that I put in my Forestman mock because I like having the variety, and then this is for the set. So yeah, very cool minifigs.
Cool. All right, let's go back to the main screen. Who we not got to yet? What's up, Gil? What's going on in your Lego world, man?
But now, cold for happy. He's cold.
He's pulling a Meredith.
Yep, you're muted.
You're muted, or you're not talking, or
I just like watching him move.
There. How's that?
Even better.
we should have started talking for you. That would have been even better. You did doing the whole puppet thing.
I'll just be like a Muppet. Yeah, so actually I did get a little more done. What I started to show last week before Rich called the Prime Minister and had me booted off, I did do a little bit more on. So I'm going to actually ask you to share my screen in a sec. Yeah, okay, if you share my screen now.
I don't see it yet. I see Dana's.
All right, hang on. Hang on, let me try. Share screen.
Sure.
Share
It's fine. The robot dog.
screen.
Water breaks
Sure. Okay, go for it.
Oh, there it is.
So
Ooh.
yeah. So what?
Nice.
This is kind of this is the ship that's over here is something I had pre-built, and that's the two-legged walker, and that's the four-legged one I showed a couple weeks back. But the rest of this is going to be kind of like a refueling station, and all in the Space Police 2 theme. So it's the concept is almost. You remember that supply station, the classic one, where they didn't
6930.
Yeah. So the idea is kind of that, where in here there's going to be all kinds of like fuel drums and that, and there'll be like robot arms that slide on this to help hook the stuff up. So yeah, that's the little way station here. So that's going to be what's going on there.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of a sense of that little kind of extra build set that they made for Space Police 3, that the little repair bay. I don't know if you got that set or saw that set or whatever.
Yeah.
Rust thing.
Yeah. I mean, and that's it's got, and I kind of felt like that set sort of took a bit from that, a combination of like the space supply, and there was another one. But that one was also like, and I think the designer said he was inspired by another set. I can't remember what it was. I think it was you, Chris, who told me what the inspiration for that one was.
Oh, I don't remember. There's been a lot of years in chemo in between then. So.
Yeah. So
He's not the man he used to be.
half. Yes, thank you very much. All right, Matthew, what is going on, man?
Well, it's a pretty busy week at my house, so but in my spare time, I just put this together. Okay, not really.
I got bored a couple hours ago.
What I did do in my free time is I went down to this exotic Swedish outlet.
What?
known as IKEA,
On the button. My finger is on the button.
and I bought the newest collaboration, which I pronounce bulk lug.
IKEA.
Hey, this is a family-friendly show.
And at IKEA, you could buy this device that is an amazing box. Look at that. It's a box.
You bought a box.
And what do you call that box?
Unfinished box.
What is the name of the box?
Oh, I call it bulk lug.
We all call it
Big leg.
Big leg.
Big lick.
Big leg.
Hey.
That's a big leg.
Jeff calls it a moose.
So what is the quality of the plastic versus Lego ABS in this?
It feels pretty lightweight. It looks like it's a double wall construction, so it's not solid plastic all the way through. So if I pull out one of these sections, apparently once you stick it together, it's actually quite sturdy.
Is it made of plywood?
Moving on.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's good that Ryan couldn't make it on the show.
Yeah.
So it is hollow construction so that it's lighter weight. So it doesn't feel like as heavy as if this were made out of solid brick, because it's not. It feels sturdy, but if you stack them up and they were empty, they certainly wouldn't be terribly heavy.
Well, Lego is all about double walls. Like looking at a 2x4 here. This is.
Sorry, Ryan.
Lego. I'm sorry.
When I look at that box though, being like plastic and hollow, the only thing I can think of is what an incredible racket it would be to whoosh parts around in that thing.
Classic Lego sound times 10.
Oh yeah.
We need a
It'd be
test.
so loud.
Well, I feel like I'm kind of like a quarter of the way to a Lego Borg cube with this thing. Just need a couple more.
Man, what does your box do? Why do you have a box?
Grandpa, is that you?
It's kind of like the old Ren and Stimpy log. It went upstairs, alone repairs.
Right? It's box, it's light, it's white, it's plastic, it's box, it's white, it's plastic.
And that was awesome that you did that off the cuff.
Oh, yeah. I know the whole song. Like, we'll be out, like, walking through the woods, and, like, I'll see a random log, and I'll just sing, it's log, and down this wood. And
Awesome.
You're such a joy to be around.
You never nearly went up a couple notches in your cool points in my book. So,
and he's educating the children of the nation. Good luck.
At one point, I could voice over the entire episode of Space Madness with it muted.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I call all my child's boogers nose goblins.
Nose goblins.
Those goblins.
This is my beautiful ice cream bar.
I'm the cat. Oh, I love it.
I don't know what it's like being the rowdy one, Chris.
I'm just sitting over here hitting buttons.
Also, the happy, joy episode is the greatest episode.
Oh, greatest episode ever. I think I still have a poster of that from that in the basement somewhere.
Little research. Rick Brandon's looking up the sword there.
I found my Red and Stimpy Christmas album. Or my brother found it and sent it to me.
Nice. I think I have the first comic book of Ren and Stimpy signed by one of the creators from Dragon Con. That was fun. That was, and actually I had I have a little family sketchbook.
Dana, we're gonna get to you in a minute. Wait.
Hang on. This is oh wait a minute.
This is set of the week. No.
Oh, we're almost there.
Week.
Go, Chris. Go to Mark while I.
Okay, Dana, slow down.
Calm down.
You have a cigarette. Let's go to.
More caffeine.
Mr. Smith, what's up, man?
You know how it is. So I took this week, progressively on your show over the last 2 or 3 shows. I took all of my junk and put it in here.
Woo!
Everything used to be in one big drawer, and now they're all in there.
Wait.
The other thing. I'm not done yet. The other thing is, I hope you're ready because this is 18 plus.
18 months.
Yeah, I got this today, and I'm building it, and I'm excited.
You've been banned.
Sweet.
And then the other thing is,
What's up,
hey, what's up? The other thing is, we're probably getting the band back together in January. Don't know where yet. If you're interested, let us know. And by getting the band together, I mean building a mock, putting it in a room. Thank you. And
Was that a Blues Brother reference?
Yes. One of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
We're on a mission for God.
Yeah. We're talking about
Wrong glass, sir.
getting the
Ford fried chickens and toast.
And some dry white.
Whole fried.
Whole fried chicken. They look like they're from the CIA.
doing a thing where we all hang out for the weekend.
He didn't make it.
Roll with it, Julian. You can do it.
Come on, Julian.
I gave up.
Okay, everybody focus on Julian. Here we go.
You got it.
We are. Hey, look, squirrel. No. Me and Jamie are trying to get a place somewhere north of here, between here or no.
He's well on his way.
Chris, stop flashing words.
Keep reading.
So we're gonna try and get together in a big room. Definitely gonna wear masks, not get COVID, not give COVID, but look at each other's mocks and.
It's like shooting a fish in a barrel. I don't know what that is.
It's a squirrel.
Oh, is it a squirrel?
It's a squirrel. That's a small squirrel.
So if you have any interest to do that, let us know. Also, when we get more information, we'll get it out to you guys.
It's an army of squirrels.
What else have I done? Why'd you take me down? I'm not done. No, I'm kidding. I've been done.
You're going to make him feel bad about himself.
No. I do a good enough job myself.
Mr. Sandlin, please tell me the dog is in the room. That will complete the day.
He's talking.
She is in the room, but we are practicing better behavior this week.
Tim Deering in the house. How you doing, man?
Oh man, he's like Brian's half brother.
What?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Everything is terrible.
Everything is terrible.
Why couldn't that be a 1 in 5,000? That's reference to him.
Okay.
Not all winners.
This is November. This is the month of the Vic Vipers. So
Big Viper.
I built a tiny one.
Tasty.
There's a little bitty one.
Classic space colors, I think.
Yeah. And about 10 minutes ago, I just threw this. Yeah, I'm working on this bad boy right now.
It does look awesome. Look at you, Paul.
A dragon?
The dragon.
You went and got all of
Oh, that's the canopies. That's awesome.
gray canopy.
Give up
That's so
now.
cool.
Give up now, Mark.
Mark, you're gonna have to raise your gain to match
That's
Paul.
right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that piece is probably going for like $10 a shot on.
Yeah, he went into one of my bins and got, I think.
You shouldn't have left them there, Dad.
So yeah, I'm working on this thing. It's, as you can see, I'm still getting the not done, but it's coming together. I spent most of Chris's messy Monday building.
Chris does other things.
Just getting started.
No, he doesn't.
Chris has friends.
So yeah, working on this.
Nice.
That is,
Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I caught that Trogdor reference, Ryan.
Is there a term in the space community for a Vic Viper that doesn't have a central tail fin but has two twin fins instead? Because I know it's not a Vic Viper then, but
it would be a spaceship.
It would just be a spaceship. There's no special for like a faux Viper.
Well, the reason, I mean, it's here. Let me do.
Wouldn't a faux Viper be a Viper?
Ooh.
That was funny.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Boo.
I'll do a share screen so that everybody knows what we're talking about. This is.
He didn't
This
build
is the
that
kind
for
of
crying
thing
out
we're talking
loud.
about.
You built that last hour?
Yes. This is specifically the type of space fighter thing that people are talking about when they say a Vic Viper. This is from a video game called Gradius or Gladius or something like that, and it was what they call a shmup, which is it's one of those video games where it's a top-down view and you have the little spaceship and you shoot waves of enemies that fly at you. It's a simple thing, but anyway, that's what the spaceship looks like, and that's kind of the that's what I'm doing. I'm making a spaceship.
It's basically, if anyone out there wants to look up Nick Trotta's account, no matter where, you'll see Vic Viper like basically perfected. Like he's been doing them for years, I think.
Yeah, for real. I have nothing built, but let's go to Dana here. Dana, what is going on, man?
So, while it's not a Vic Viper, this is old, but I just want to pull it up because it's got the two non-Vic Viper wings on the back. So
Close.
I think that's what you're kind of referring to. I don't know if there is an actual term for it, but we'll go with it.
Wait a minute. If you guys haven't come up with a term for it, they can't possibly exist. Aren't
Well,
you guys
I almost changed the V's to W's and then would have said something that actually would have been kind of rude by saying what I was going to say. So I'm not going to say it.
And moving right along. So back to Matthew's comment about
It's horrible.
So Bob Camp was at DragonCon a few years ago, and I have a book that is it's got the Batman logo stamped on the front of it. It came with, I think, The Dark Knight. I forget which one movies. But a long time ago, I was like, what am I going to do with this? And a good dear friend of mine who passed away a couple years ago, who was another big Batman fan along with me, he said, hey, why don't you just get Batman sketches in it? So this entire book is nothing but Batman or Rogues Gallery sketches that I've gotten all for free at DragonCon or at other conventions. But Bob Camp was at DragonCon, and he drew
That's awesome.
As the Batman. Gotta love that. And then probably my favorite exciting thing in this book, though, for those of you who are Image fans or may know J. Scott Campbell, I got him to draw Batman, which is kind of funny because it's like my favorite character to draw because it's a chin and a cowl as far as he's concerned. But so I've got like maybe like 2 or 3 pages left in this book that I'm holding off for a few things. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to try and see if I can get that guy who does Lego minifigure stuff. I think his name is Kevin.
Kevin.
Never heard of him.
I was already here.
So I'm holding a page in there for Kevin, so hopefully I can have him get added to my little Batman book.
Hint.
Yeah, hint.
Batman.
But as far as this week in Lego,
By the way, Dana, if I would have said, "Hey, I want to do that," it would have lasted like one time, and then I would have lost the book in the car, and it'd be done. So I appreciate your diligence in such a thing.
oh, let me tell you, there was one time where I thought I lost the book, and yeah, there was a little bit of there was some pucker factor going on.
All right. Let's see what's going on. Let me see. There's your screen there. Added to stream.
You know, I never even finished the rest of my week, but fine, we'll go to
Oh,
that.
go ahead. Go ahead.
calling off my thunder. So
continue talking and bragging about some classic Lego you got. So go ahead.
No, I don't have any classic. Well, to brag about.
I can see it right there beside you, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So I really wanted to do this again because I don't think we got enough of it on Monday.
Nice.
Wait. Hold it closer to the camera so I can see it better. Oh, look how it changed. Look at that. Thing in the Lego store.
These things for you, Chris, because then that gives you some sort of enjoyment to pick on me. But so new news since Monday, they've announced that this will get released on Amazon, I believe, November 14th. No time has been listed as to when it will drop. So get your fingers ready, or keep your husbands or wives up late and have them on their Amazon button to click.
Too much.
The other thing I got going on this week, which has absolutely nothing to do with my own collection, I'm doing a side gig, as I would like to call it. So this is an example of the side gig.
No.
I don't know if you guys can see that well enough or not.
That's just minifig parts.
I heard about it.
Dismembered minifig.
It's not just minifig parts. It's collectible minifig
Oh,
parts.
the CMF.
Yes.
Oh.
So I went down to Atlanta Brick Company and talking to one of the owners, Chris, and he and I got into a discussion, and he had several bins of parts. And I'm looking to I need like 5 collectible minifigures to complete the whole series, from series 1 to current.
There you go. He's bragging now. He's bragging.
No, not bragging. I'm on my hunt, my journey. The journey is half the enjoyment of it. So I'm trying to find these last figures, and most of them have been done with trades with Chris. And I repart a set, and I'll get credit for it, and I'll get like one figure because it's like the $50 nurse or something like that. And so I'm down to like 5 figures. And we can probably build those 5 figures from the parts I've gotten.
What happened?
You know what? Sometimes I say things and I really don't think about how they're going to come out. But so anyway, he says to me, he was like, well, we can probably part together the figures you're missing, because one of them is a librarian.
In a skirt.
Usually on the
So he said, well, we could work out something if you want to. I mean, you got the knowledge to part all this stuff together. So I go back down there about a month later to say, all right, I've got some projects done. I got some space, some time I can work on this. And so the kid who's working in the back, he's like, yeah, I got this for you. And he brings out to me one of those 66 quart tubs, the 16.5 gallon big monster Sterlite tubs. And it is from bottom, it's full like this.
Wow.
I'll be right over.
I am slowly starting. So I went through the first things, and I'm taking things where any figure that has at least 2 pieces together that is correct goes into one pile. So I'm gonna sort those just into series as I go through, and then everything else I've got to kind of weed through. So it's going to be, I've got a bag of torsos, got a bag of heads.
You sound like a serial killer.
Yeah,
right. Here we are again.
Trunk. And yes, at one point in time, all of this was in my trunk.
It can fit way more than 2.
You have some black plastic bags too.
Well, those are the ones you get. No, never mind. They're not going to the black plastic bags. But yes, I do have some of the black plastic bags to put these into. So that's going to probably be my next couple of weeks of sifting through, just getting them sorted, and and then by the time I get everything done, then I'm going to start piecing things together to get them back to actually bag them up. So there will be bags of Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, and then within those bags will be a bag of all the parts for those figures, so that I can take them back down there, and then they can put them online or sell them or whatever. So
you was looking for what, Dana?
What's that?
You were looking for the librarian.
I was looking for the librarian.
Wait.
Yep, there she is. There she is.
Oh, I think I have that figure.
And her book's in there.
And her book's in there.
It's in the library.
This is like 55.
What?
How many does Rich Seamus have? Because he usually has a lot of things.
I think Rich Seamus probably has them all. I mean, if I was to bet,
tell us how many.
He probably has 5 of each.
Oh no, Ryan! Only half of them are intentional. The other half are completely just me talking and not knowing that I'm saying something wrong.
For legal reasons, none of them.
All right, Chris. Now we're ready for the old.
No. You complained last time, so there you go. Here.
All right, fine, whatever. All right.
Week.
Yeah.
Week.
Was that too early?
Who let the walrus in?
All right. So the verse of the week is
I am the walrus. Look at that half dome.
Space, everybody.
So sexy. The theme is Blacktron from 1988, which Blacktron came out in 87, so this came out the following year, which was kind of cool. A whole big 569 pieces, which is great. You got 5 minifigures. Retail price was, I was actually surprised to see that this bad boy was almost $60 in 1988. That was quite a hefty dollar value for it.
Yes, it was.
Used price will run about $175 to $200, but if you can find one mint in box, and I did see somebody who had a nice one online today, that'll run you about $1,000 if you can find one. So, as we always say, old classic space sets in mint in box that are sealed is crazy Lego money.
Right.
But what makes this cool? Hail Blacktron! There are crazy Blacktron fans out there. If you think your classic space fans are crazy, no. The Blacktron fans, they are even more so. And hail Blacktron. But the real big winner for this set, though, I gotta say, is that big trans yellow quarter dome.
Yeah.
I think that makes this set coveted for not just Blacktron fans, but classic space fans, because anybody who's making a mock from classic space, one of those trans yellow clear dome quarter domes in massive quantities, and yes, Mr. Cowdice, we're talking about you. as Greg would attest, this has a base load of playability as far as a set goes, and we will show that here in a moment as we switch cams over to the other cam.
Week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wrong button.
Don't be talking to the producer, dude.
Yeah. So, while I got to say that black has got to be the hardest thing to photograph and also to display as far as sets goes, but this set is just awesome. The playability as far as being able to have this section here, you were able to crank the old dial here and allow it to slide over into the slide into the regular section, swing the little gangway in there, and then if I reach around here, and this is the fun part.
Somebody else's.
Yeah, I see reach around here. To open up this section here, which is very similar to the Futuron set, but as opposed to having the rocket, you got a little space flyer that's going to go ahead and fly out here. You got 5 minifigures that came in. You got one with the flyer, one with the little rover, one with the little mini rover. You got one dude here with the old classic mine detector or mental detector, or however you want to do about it. One dude up here with the old camera, or it's not a gun, right? Not a gun.
Not a gun.
He's videotaping whatever's going on. And then you got my favorite dude in this whole photo. It's got to be the dude that's up here in this little canopy. He's got that little robot. He's doing something up there. He's watching something. He's intercepting messages, whatever he's doing. That's for sure. So, a lot of fun stuff. The fact that you got a classic crater plate and a 32 by 32 base plate, that's a win for me right there. So, and that gives us our old gray bricks of the week. Chris, back to you in the studio.
All right, that is a classic, and that is I think I had this set. I know I've got a quarter dome, so of course, just let it go to back into the collection. But I use that quarter dome quite a lot, and I know David. How many?
Oh man,
Okay, that just outdid most of the bragging that Dana does right there. So.
Yeah, full dome.
Oh
Oh.
no! There. Come on, man. Let's see it.
Flash like $300 worth. Yep.
Give or take.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
And you made a toque out of it, man. What?
It's cold up here in the Great White North. I had 33 at one point, but I've been selling them to friends for so I'm down to 20-ish.
What kind of friend? I'm there. Whatever kind of friend that is.
I'll ship one to you.
Let me get in there too.
Yeah.
I only need to my layout.
Yeah. Hey, what's the name of the guy? What's the name of the guy that did the Blacktron Intercept?
I can't remember his name. But look it up. It's just absolutely astounding.
Yeah. What was it? The Blacktron Intercept Agency or something like that?
Yeah. Blacktron Intelligence Agency. Joe Mino did a video of it.
Crazy
Joe
layout.
did the video, and it just inspired me. I mean, that is just a beautiful, beautiful layout from like 10, 15 years ago, or more than that.
And he had like 60 of those domes, I swear.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Wait. Okay.
That's when Bricklink was
Just for clarification, because Brian asked. So how much are those going for right now?
Close to 30 is what I saw.
So average price available says 44. We got to go out of the country because there are 0 available in the U.S. and Canada.
I saw
because he owns them all.
The highest quantity somebody had was 6.
And $50 a piece if you want to get them from him.
You sit on a gold mine there, Dave. Yeah. He's cashing in his retirement.
That's right. His kid's going to college, so. Oh me, that's
university up there.
So wait, but Chris, you didn't put the bragging under David's name. That's not fair.
We gotta get going. So I think come in on.
Hey, Big Wills and Two Wills are talking down there.
We gotta get bed.
You got a vet?
But I would mention that Brian got the Blacktron base pretty mint from our neighbor. Yeah, from our neighbor. How much did you pay for it?
$50 for the castle.
We got Black Knight Castle, the King's Mountain Castle, and the Intercept base for $50. And then
I died from jealousy.
Except if I recall correctly, it was missing the little yellow space chair, which he eventually had to
It was missing the space chair. No, we're still missing the yellow space chair, but the domes are missing. So Natalie's not allowed to play with it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to draw a line somewhere.
That's right.
That's Brian's set, not mine. So now you want to say goodnight?
Good night, Natalie.
Good night.
Natalie,
Good
thank
night.
you.
All right. See y'all later. It's going to be a race to see who gets that slot there.
Who gets it? Who gets it?
I didn't say that. Anyway, so all right.
Yeah.
So the topic for the night, and it is a rather lighthearted one and everything, but it would be nice to hear whoever did it said they won.
He made it.
He's gonna do the same thing.
I won.
Oh, now, and I'm getting a notification like 87 times up there. And the funny thing is, Jake is sitting right there. He was clicking the button. So Ryan wins the lottery tonight. What's going on, man?
I'm better than your kid.
Be great if Ryan dropped.
So what's going on
Yeah.
in your world,
Yeah,
bud?
that's exactly what would happen.
What's up in your world, dude?
Oh, not much. Not much. Just tired, busy, making magic at Legoland, New York.
All right, let's put the NDA up. And what can you tell us? Something new, something awesome, something blue? I don't know.
Today we installed World Trade Center 1.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Spoilers, we hadn't announced that was going in yet, but it's New York, so not like we weren't going to do that building.
You know you're fired now, right?
No, hang on.
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to show you a picture real quick. This is what else I did today. I had a very full day, and I almost missed dinner. So I mentioned a few weeks ago that they were doing this promotion where they were going to get some elementary or middle school classes, and we were going to do a special virtual build with them. And we did that today for the first time, which was a huge learning experience. But yeah, this is yours truly in
Legoland jacket.
the most exciting, lab coat bedazzled brick mastered jacket you've ever seen in your life. So that happened.
So
Do they have one of my ties?
I want to see that picture one more time because it is about as the most corporate I've ever seen you in your life. And I want to see it one more time. Come on.
Chris wants a screen grab.
But you got to wear it with the brick in the box.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You look like you work at Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and I'm bringing down the whole park with me. The class today was like 40 7th graders in Queens, and we built.
You get knifed?
It was virtually. No one virtually knifed me. So we call it doxing. The main model was Legoland's fire truck ride vehicle, and at the end of the class they said, but guess what else you can do with your models if you start embellishing them and adding your own details. And I went whole hog. I gave the thing eyes, I gave it wings, I gave it the biggest water cannon I could think of, jet engines, like the most chromy pieces I could find in my collection. And the driver is that guy from one of the Ultra Agent sets, and he's just mad because he just needs to calm down and eat his popsicle. That's all he's mad about. So I just tried to go for the goofiest thing I thought kids would like, and they dug it. That was the best part of it.
And you still did better than Chris.
Yep, another mock. Somebody brings a mock on. Something off.
10 minutes.
Did you whip that out in 5 minutes?
Come on.
It's like that episode where Chandler can't tell the jokes, right? You know, oh, Mr. Hinkle, how are you, Mr. Hinkle? Hinkle is here. Hinkle check. Woo! Anyway,
Rhino, Kevin, just the Rhino.
Wait, Pink Bucket Nation this time.
Right? Yep.
PBN. Oh, nobody else? Okay.
PDA. We don't do
All
that.
right, so
Don't do that right. What have for prostate?
Don't say prostate. I'm almost 50. All right, anyway, so snap the glove. All right. So the topic for the night, and it is lighthearted, it's just fun for us to yak about and talk about is, I don't know about you, but I have to have something filling the room with sound or noise or something in the background. And if I'm into Taco Bell, I'll do it myself. But if I need to, yeah, I made a poop joke. That's fine. But if I need something in the background, something that inspires me, usually it is a movie I know by heart that it can be in the background.
Yeah.
That's really easy for me. So just go around the room. What's up? What do you play in the background? What inspires you? Is there different things for different builds? Like, do you listen to Lord of the Rings when you're building castle-y stuff? And do you listen to spacey stuff when you're do you listen to Sesame Street while you're building Sesame Street? I don't know. What is your media you throw in the background? Anybody want to just start?
I'll start. Go on. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Gil. Let me go with Gil.
One thing too, actually, just to go back, I forgot to say is that came in an awesome present from Mark, designed.
Beauty.
Nice.
Hey, that's wonderful, eh?
Oh, Lord Thunder and By, it's great. So
Dave wants one.
that and an orange spaceman, courtesy of Chris. So it was awesome. Thank you guys. It was really, really good. As far as the media,
I didn't think to put Canadarm on it. Sorry.
That's on the back with something else, which can't really show. So yeah, the Canadarm is doing something. So anyway, yeah, for the media thing, yeah, it's kind of like what you're saying. Like depending what I'm building, sometimes it can be like a Lord of the Rings. A great fallback is the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings, because I've seen that so many times, and it tells us. I kind of find that I kind of tend to go to stuff that either, like you said, I've seen a lot of times, or that you can get by almost like with an audiobook. Yeah. Classic Star Trek is a lot like that too, because they framed it more like a stage play, so you get a lot of that. That's great to listen to. One thing, and this is what I was saying when we were in the green room before we rolled, that
there's been a lot of things back there. Be careful.
Yeah. Well, one of the safe things, safe things that we said back then is that when I was a kid growing up, every Saturday morning, probably the rest of us, you're on the carpet, you've got your Lucky Charms, whatever, you're horfing that stuff down, you're building the whole day. You're sitting in front of the tube, and up near this way, coming out of, I think it was actually, I don't know, was out of Canada or out of Buffalo, but they had an early show on, which was the same people who did the original Spider-Man, the 1960 whatever version, same studio. They produced this show, and it's a spacey show, and of course, it's none other than
Robin Hood in space. Rocket Robin Hood. Definitely watched every episode.
This thing is great. And you can find them online. You can find the episodes online. But it combines castle and space, not in the bad way that Lego did last time, but in a fun way.
Hey. Oh, come on!
Don't diss it on the Nexo Knights.
So anyway, but it's it was a weird show, but it was a great show. And so sometimes, especially I find that's comfort food, feel a little down, feel a little sick, a little bit of Rocket Robin Hood, a little bit of building. It's all good.
Oh, that's what you did when you were talking about that. Never mind. Now context helps that story out a whole lot better. So. All right, that's cool. Cool deal. So that's awesome. I've never seen that show. Never heard of it, but that's awesome.
By the way, one of the best theme songs of all time.
All right, that will be the first thing I look up.
Yeah, so remember it.
All right, so let's go ahead and do those Canadian things. Dave, what do you throw on in the background?
Besides Rocket Robin Hood, Gil said I remember it. And I said, my memory of my youth is very, very faint, but I remember Rocket Robin Hood vividly. I watched every episode.
Yeah.
But I will say, I won't say it out loud because it'll start, but I'll say, hey, Google, play Star Trek music. And it will play every theme song from every single movie in the past 20 years, except for Star Trek, until 45, and then I know it's time to go upstairs. So I will do that. I'll put YouTube on. I'll watch some old streams of whatever Black Tron Intelligence Agency and just build.
Cool. All right. Good deal. All right. Who next? Who would like to share your media choices? Mr. Sandlin, I saw your hand there.
And Google Stop.
So, most recently, we have been blessed with The Mandalorian.
Yes.
I have done some building recently to The Mandalorian. And I'm also fond of putting on Firefly episodes to build to.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, you would watch for Mandalorian, you would watch the reruns, not a new episode, right? Or would you put the new episode on as well?
No, I got to pay attention to a new episode. But like a few weeks back, I was working on some stuff, and I just put on the whole first season of it. Just let it run episode to episode while I was there.
Small ball. What's up?
Small ball.
Godzilla.
Wizard me.
Gorshira.
Oh, very cool. Do you listen to Small Paul while you're building?
And Stever is right. If I'm not watching something, I will put my Roku on the Sirius XM Lithium channel because I'm that old. He likes Rage Against the Machine. He's an awesome kid.
Right. You know, it's so funny. I will listen to either classic vinyl or whatever classic rock because we're just culturally different enough. I'm 70s, 80s rock, and you're 90s grunge. So
you're not that much older than me. You're like 4 years different.
I know it, but there's a dividing line
right there.
Sometimes I listen to classic vinyl too, or classic
boys.
Supertramp and Rush. That's what plays here. That's it. Supertramp and Rush.
The difference is I will listen to the 70s rock, but Chris refuses to listen to 90s rock.
I don't refuse.
It's just not as good.
It is not my favorite. It was right when I was getting out of college was all that was coming out. I'm like, well, that's crap. And so,
much for being lighthearted.
Yeah, I mean, God,
Chris and I have been
embraced the fact that we have a difference in taste in music, Chris. That's what are you doing?
There's some I like. I remember getting the Nirvana album and with the kid peeing in the pool, and I loved it. And but then no. But after that, after it started to go and everything, it just lost me. So
you didn't get any Stone Temple Pilots, some Pearl Jam, some. I mean, that's just mainstream at this point in time. I mean, it's not even like
I think they're on like car commercials now.
I will say that
up to the 21st century.
Yeah, you're old when your music's in the elevator or on the car commercials. But I will say this: when MTV still played a few videos, they played "Jeremy" by Pearl Jam every hour and half hour, and you can set your clock by. You turn it over there, and Jeremy talked in class today on the hour and the half hour.
The worst in like 1993, 94 was any college radio station. Like it's like, oh my god, like how many times can you hear Pearl Jam, Rage, like all this stuff? Like it was just like it was endless. I'm like,
haters.
Even Beck, which now, and this is the whole thing. Like back then, it's fun. Like I loved his stuff back then.
Yeah,
but it's all this thing. But now I listen to Beck because Beck is like someone like pouring like a bubble bath over me kind of thing. Like all his stuff is like it's like some sort of like Enya kind of thing, right? Now, so it's really
that would be a great challenge to try to build space while listening to Enya and staying awake. That would be amazing.
I do.
I
do. Yeah, that I know.
You listen to Enya while you build?
Yeah, because I can't have something loud.
Anybody in the chat want this guy's spot?
Go ahead and kick him.
It's either classical, like if I don't have music on often, but it's either like Holst, The Planets, or but it's sometimes it's that. It's like something because I can't have like Motley Crue in the car behind me honking the horn as I'm heading towards the cliff I'm trying to build. I can't do it, right? It's got to be something that's, if it's not like the dulcet tones of Captain Kirk, telling me how he's going to solve the problem. I need, something taking it easy, right?
So I gotta say, I gotta agree with Greg on this, and the fact that when I'm building, I don't necessarily want music in the background. I mean, in college, I took there was an assignment where we had to make a concert poster, and we had to listen to the music of the band that we wanted to make the concert poster for, and that was really cool, and it helped to do that creativity. And if I'm doing some sort of graphic type thing or drawing, yeah, music is good. But building is, while it's creative, it's also a little bit analytical, digital, all at the same time. So I need to be able to use both sides of the brain. So having that external noise isn't really great. Now, sorting Lego, whole different story.
Well, what about conference calls in the background?
That I can build with, because those guys, they're white noise. You got like 5 Indians and two Anglos having a conversation that they can't understand each other. It all sounds like gibberish. It's white noise. It's perfect time to open up studio and start building, or grab a bucket of bricks and start sorting. Yeah, that conference calls, great background noise. But as far as sorting goes, that's a great time to binge watch something you've seen before. I got to go with Chris on Firefly for sure. Mandalorian, I did when I was doing actually set building is different. I'll throw on a show that I know while I'm set building. Mandalorian's a good one. The Clone Wars from season 1 all the way through Star Wars Rebels is another good one to watch. I like a good anime series that I can just throw in on Netflix, and I can build sets. Like if I'm building like a modular, or I've got like 3 or 4 old classic sets that I need to rebuild together. That's a great time for binge watching a series, an anime or something like that. That's something that's going to go for a good amount of time. So that's my 2 cents.
I got you. Now music. You don't do music at all?
No. Now while I'm building. No, it's more of a TV thing. I would say I would throw TV on in the background while building, not building mocks, but while building sets. Definitely TV in the background. But if I'm focused on a mock, I don't have any music going on or anything.
You know what else is really good?
I'm in the zone.
What else is good, and I hear a lot of people do, and I do it as well, is podcasts for stuff like Critical Role or any one of those kind of things, because it's an ongoing story, right? And you don't you don't need to watch it at all. Like you just hear it. So that's another good thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Dana and I say this, I swear, every week. One of us will say, well, yeah, I agree with the other one. We're really not twins, but I don't listen to any music when I'm building creatively. If I'm designing or constructing something that's original, nothing. Just the focus is on the construction, and I'm trying to use my whole brain. But if I'm building a set or I'm sorting, podcasts or TV shows, and when I say TV shows, it's usually podcasts that are on YouTube. So I'm a big fan of like mysterious things. Like there's a podcast called Bedtime Stories, and it's like ghosts and mysterious disappearances and that kind of stuff. I'll throw that on, or I'll throw a lot of history on. So like the history of the Assyrian Empire, and I just listen to it while I'm following the instructions. But if it's creative, I can't have that other half of my brain thinking about the Assyrian Empire. I got to be focused on what I'm building. So
there's nothing. It's totally silent.
You think it's totally what?
Is it totally silent then when you're building something like from scratch? Like you have nothing, no music? Really?
When I'm in my Lego thoughts, when I'm up here in the Lego room, the only time I play music is if I'm sorting. That's the only time.
To further add to that, I got to say that I've often thought about while I'm in the middle of building something like, oh, I should throw on something to have in the background. But then my brain is so focused on, oh, wait a minute, I am in the build that I don't want that. I'm not even thinking about what's going on around me. So there's no reason to stop doing what I'm doing and turn something on. I'm like, I'm going to keep building.
I'm an ADHD person, and when I'm building, I'm usually in hyperfocus, and I don't want anything to take me out of hyperfocus because I'm in flow and things are happening, and they're happening very quickly, and I'm making decisions, and I'm working, and my entire attention is devoted to the thing that I'm building. But when I'm sorting, I'm not in hyperfocus. It's just a piece of my attention is focused on sorting. But when I'm constructing, I'm in a different mental state as a ADHD person. I'm in hyperfocus.
So Matthew, maybe this is our niche. This is how we get on Lego Masters. Don't talk to us.
The ADHD twins.
when the masters come up and want to talk to us, they're like, no, we're in the zone. Don't talk to us.
Right. Don't mess with my chi.
Don't mess with it.
One thing we have to know though, if Magnus, if he sticks to being the Springsteen ultra fan and builds all his incredible stuff to the boss, that's what I got to know.
That's right. I forgot that you are a super fan of Springsteen, right?
Well, yeah, I'm a rock music fan, classic rock music fan in general, and affiliated genres, and been a diehard Bruce Springsteen fan for a very long time. So I listen to a lot of his stuff. I think I said in a recent show, before I went to bed, I was going to listen to a 3-hour show and do some more building. And I was only half joking. Like I often listen to, a live, if I'm sitting at home building for an evening, that's many hours of time where I could actually be listening to a full show all the way through, which I wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity for in my week. So I listen to a lot of music when I build, but I've also come to discover that when I build Lego, it's one of the few, possibly the only thing I know of where I lose track of time.
Mm.
And so if I'm listening to music, that's great. But there's this thing that we're almost through this album. So we're at about, it's been about 35, 40 minutes since this album turned on. And so listening to music while I build doesn't distract me from building, but it does rob me of the rare experience of just losing track of time and where I don't know if it's 11:30 or 1:30 in the morning.
Interesting.
It's interesting to hear how other people will be distracted by music or something or other. I've also been listening to a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos, and especially with the pandemic, I've been listening to a lot of those. I'm at a point now where I follow enough stuff that I don't have time to really listen to all the stuff I want to listen to, and so that's starting to eat into my Lego time. So now I'm actually listening to a lot of YouTube history videos as well, and I have less time to listen to music, and that's I'm neglecting my music fan side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had that when we got into the pandemic and we were sorting and stuff. I had to I'm going to read, I'm going to listen to some audiobooks and better myself. I can't listen. I'm like, what that chapter we were talking about? I rewind it, to repeat the chapter. I couldn't process that. So, that was not going to happen. So, all right. Anybody, Brian, you're the youngest in the group. We need to know what do you jam to?
Well, Grandpa.
Wait, let me get there.
Right here.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm old.
It's metalcore.
Is it Norwegian metal?
No.
Swedish metal?
It used to be Christian metal. Now it's anti-Christian metal. Pretty edgy. But I honestly, I just can't exist without listening to some form of music. So when I'm building, I don't like to watch TV shows because like many of you guys said, you have to focus on them too much. Even if it's something that I've already seen before, usually I'd just be bored by watching something that I've seen again. So I'd rather just have music on that I know, so that I don't have to focus on it. but I have an incredibly eclectic taste of music. So I'll just put my entire library on shuffle, which is like 4,000 something songs. And it'll go from Taylor Swift to like death metal to ambient to like pseudo country to like rap or whatever. It's just all over the place. So
Pseudo country. What's pseudo country?
Things that have more rock influence, but the vocals are kind of country. So
Wilco.
You mean what they call country nowadays? In other words,
no. Country nowadays is like pop trash that also has sometimes
kinds of music.
I'm sorry, I could not tell the
country
difference.
and western.
Hold on. So what I would say is pseudo country is like Brand New's album Daisy, or like I forget her name, like Lisa Ann or something. I forget what the song is, but songs that like they have southern twangs in their voices, but it's like pretty much through and through rock. So because I do not like just like straight up country at all.
As the original pseudo country being, of course, Neil Young.
I don't even know who that is.
Fired.
Never heard of Neil Young.
You know what? Hey, you're not missing nothing, man.
I believe that. but I also listen to like Spotify Discover Weekly, so I will get like tons and tons of songs that I don't even know who the artist is, but I just like the song. So that's how I keep up with like new music. But I'm always listening to music if I'm doing anything with Lego or just anything in general.
All right. So for the guys my age, how many of you sit in a restaurant going, "What is that?" Pull up Shazam and hit the button. Go, nah. There's very rarely I've found something I like, and I've tried to listen to it. I'm like, nah, I'm out.
What's a restaurant?
I've never been to one of these.
Yeah, it's been so long, right?
Hey man, I got.
Although the Waffle House, they have their own brand of music that sometimes play in there. So, all right, let's see who else. Anybody we have?
An opinion.
Ryan, what do you listen to? Do you
Okay, never mind.
Oh no. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
let him go first. He was.
I'm
tired
sorry.
before.
I'm sorry. I didn't-
Ugh.
Julian, what you got, man?
Put me up here. No, the only mock I really put any real time in is the Castle. I listen to whatever, whenever, and it's not music. I don't do music at all. She got legs. Anyway, the
What?
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I saw it before he put it up there.
Oh, okay. That was like psychic.
When I'm building sets, I watch TV in the living room, whatever we're watching. If I miss it, oh well, the build's better anyway. And then reality television is a family favorite here, so you don't really need to look up to hear them talking.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't do music at all. I don't do music. Here's the thing. I like music, but I don't listen to it in the car. I don't listen to it at the house. I don't clean the house to it. I don't build to it. I don't bathe to it. I don't do anything to music.
So when do you listen to it?
When the wife makes me.
So you don't like music?
Like you really like it.
You're not a music lover.
I like music, but I like music in the 90s when it counted. And anything by Skinner.
I only hate music a little.
I just don't listen. I don't listen to it anymore. And none of that new crap, whatever it is. And I didn't realize that Darius Rucker's a country music singer now.
That's right.
You know Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yes, he is.
Come on, man.
Yes, he is.
Give me all the
Fred
big.
K, I didn't see you come in. How you doing, man?
Done here.
All right. So, how many of you use like music service? Like, I won't say her name, but she begins with an A. That's what we have in the house, and the dots here.
You got Spotify?
Evil Spy?
Google.
Use the Googles.
Yeah.
My wife
use-
is on Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify is my jam for sure.
YouTube
That's
for the
what kids
most
are
part.
doing. Am I right?
I'm all about CDs. I'm still listening to CDs.
Who listens to CDs?
Because that goes with the phone.
That's right. Wait. Yeah. How is the
You
phone?
know my CDs I've listened to-
Magnus, how's the phone, man? Is the phone still around?
Yeah. Here's the CDs I've got right now that I buy my CDs player.
Nice.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
They're all sitting on top of the VHS.
VHS is in storage.
Oh, me. All right, Ryan, we haven't got to you. What are you listening to, man?
I was kind of waiting to see if anybody else would have any similar ones, but what I usually listen to when I build is either movie soundtracks or video game music. Video game music in particular is like specifically crafted to not distract you from what you're doing in the game until you get to like a boss fight. Then it's like all the tension's up. But yeah, usually for me, it's background music that is just instrumental, orchestral, something I can listen to without focusing on words necessarily. It often leads to interesting road trips because my wife likes to listen to music with words she can sing along to, and I just like the instrumental stuff. So we usually have these little disagreements in the car about whose music goes on.
Hey, if you're driver, you get to pick music. That's just the rule.
Amen.
Yeah, she's usually the driver, so
that's how it goes.
So if you're building and the boss fight music comes on, do you like start sweating and building faster? Like,
yeah. Sometimes one of the other things YouTube has been good for is remixes of video game songs. In fact, there was a guy in the IT department at work that he's on the other side of the wall from me, and through the wall he could hear me humming the Kirby's Dream Land song. And he came around the corner and he's like, Was that Kirby? I'm like, yeah, man. And he's like, oh, I love Kirby too. So I like made a new friend today because I was singing video game music.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Cool.
I find that like
what was that?
What is that?
Time's in.
Looks like Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's somebody remixed Majora's Mask. And
Nice.
Fantastic. Top tier. Would definitely recommend.
So, Brian, with those being an LP, is it true now that LPs are like $600 a piece?
Let's see. I have this right here, which is like, gonna drop
Okay.
it. This one's like
It was mint.
This one's like 150.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like crazy expensive now. They're
Well,
nuts.
so it didn't retail for that, but it's not even an old LP. Like I got it in 2016.
Yeah.
But like the secondary market for LPs has gone through the roof because people have started collecting them again.
Yeah.
But even
Those are huge.
even new, like that was like a $50 record. And a lot of them can be close to that expensive, you know, like back in the 80s or whatever, they're like $15 because it was the primary media. Now it's kind of like a specialty thing if an artist puts out an LP. So,
Yeah, although, just to let you know, you got to go farther back. In the 80s, we were into tapes.
Right.
Although Sam the Record Man was still around in the 80s, but
Maxo XL too.
Okay, who did the 15 CDs plus one for a penny? How many of you did the thing? And your mom had to bail you out of it because you started getting albums you didn't want and paying for them. I told you.
The Columbia Records one. Yeah.
Columbia Records, yeah. Although I got almost the entire collection of Emerson, Lake and Palmer that way, and I listened to those tapes. That was my band when I grew up. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. They still are. I can throw on an ELP and I can do anything. It's all in there. First concert I went to was Emerson, Lake and Powell in Atlanta. But yeah, ELP was my band and Rush, and you know I'll put those on right now and just jam out to them. And yes, I'll do that too. That's the music. That's the music I know in my head. And like Stever, he mentioned it earlier that the music tunes out that type of that side of my brain, thinking about everything else, keeps it busy so I can focus on the brick. And that's why I listen to the music. Usually it's music for me. I did sort a good part of the first part of COVID and watch the entire Forever Sorting with Brick Smith and Kevin. I watched it from beginning to end, and it was quite good. And so I enjoyed that quite a lot. That got me through that.
A lot of hours.
It was a lot of hours. Well, it was a lot of hours in COVID.
Roughly an hour, and we did, I think, 80 or 90 episodes.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I listen except for like the recaps when I was just like, I just listened to that. So I didn't listen to
that because we was talking about you.
I'm sure you were. But so that was good. And there's a few podcasts I'll pick up, but usually for me, I'm a lot like Mark in that way. An old TV show that I've watched 100 times, or an old movie, that then engages, I guess, that part of the brain. And, you know, then I'll throw when I know the good scene is coming down that I want to watch. I'll be like, Jake, look, watch this, you know, because I can hear it coming. It's like it's like watching Airwolf. You hear the music start to crescendo. The helicopter's blowing up with the glowy missile hitting the side of the mountain, and it's over, right? And you know that's coming. So
that's what I was just about to say. Is that I think I've cooked through all 3 seasons of Airwolf probably 10 times while building. Because that's exactly it. Is that, you know, there's all the filler. You know when to stop. You know when to look up. You know, the only other things, you know, maybe just when like Caitlin's doing something, but then other than that, the cues are there, right?
Totally. Yeah. I totally had a thing for Caitlin on.
Caitlin was fine. Caitlin was good.
Oh yeah, I love me some Airwolf.
It's like
now,
Bonnie from Knight Rider.
Do you know what you can't find? You cannot find the actually original soundtrack to Airwolf, like the CD. It's like super rare, hard to find. Now, there's plenty of covers of that in the song, but the actual soundtrack to Airwolf is like really rare, hard to find kind of thing. So I don't know why. But it's awesome. But now there's a guy who, gosh, I can't remember. I've subscribed to him. He plays a bunch of, he's got, you know, really cool classic analog synths, and he's re-recorded a ton of the old theme songs and stuff. And I can put that guy on and listen to it.
Yeah,
it's
I know. Yeah, I know that guy.
Super cool. But anyway,
how many times can you hear the Fall Guy intro, man?
1,000. I can hear it 1,000 times.
Or the best Simon and Simon.
I love Simon and Simon. Awesome. That was a great show.
Files was the best theme song ever.
Yeah, that was good too. Yeah.
What? These were TV shows, boys.
Yeah.
You guys watched way more TV than I did.
But I think that's obvious.
The Riptide with the Screaming Mimi.
Screaming Mimi. Cool. And Robots. Come on, who can forget Robots?
You mean you guys weren't reading Francis Parkman's 7-volume of France and England and North America in high school like me?
No, nerd.
I need the Chris. Yeah, right, nerds. Space 1999. You know what? I have never sat down and from beginning to end watched it. I've seen the episodes. I love it. But
I just can't get over Martin Landau, man. Every time I see him, it's like he's like some sort of swinger that I don't want to look at, right? He's bothersome. Like he's got that creepy sort of leer all the time, and they're wearing the jumpsuits, and I'm thinking, what is he looking at? If everyone's in a jumpsuit, yeah, I don't know, man. That thing's like just like a key party away from being bad 70s juju.
It just screams 1975. The outfits, the music, everything screams 1975 straight on. Like that.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with it is that the moon leaves Earth's orbit, and all I can think about is all the disasters that are happening on the planet because it no longer has the moon to sustain all the.
It's like Thundar the Barbarian.
They showed that in the pilot.
And then the fact that this moon is now, it's still got gravity because it's not spinning. I don't know. Science just blew that one out of my mind. I couldn't.
Gary Anderson was great. He was far before his time.
He was a lot of fun. Yeah.
He was.
Gary Anderson in general, though, good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, though, that way back in the day, we used to sometimes, for inspiration, you look at StarshipModeler.com. So people would be, doing like kit bashes and all this stuff. But it used to be the running joke, like, oh, look, there's an X-Wing, there's this. Oh, and there's another Eagle, 1999 Eagle. Like this every week. Someone's shacking an Eagle up there. Like, yeah.
But it's one of the best looking spaceships ever. Like, seriously. It was more versatile and looked like it actually could be built by us. It's like the Star Fury from Babylon 5. Anyway, that's perfect. It's like, we can build that now.
Yeah.
I will say one show that I thought was awesome in the 90s, and then Mark and I decided, I got the DVDs and we're going to watch it. And Space Above and Beyond did not age well at all.
Oh,
we sat down. I was kind of excited. I was like, hey man, I he was coming over to build one day. It was when I was in Rome, and I'm like, dude, I got space. And he was like, oh, cool. And we were like 10 minutes into it, and we're like, this is terrible. Absolute trash.
There's only one good episode of that, and that's when they have the Baron von Richthofen.
Baron von Richthofen. I was just gonna say that.
And that one's really good. Like that, it's well done. It holds up. It's got its cheese, but it's okay. But man, that first season was painful. Yeah, painful.
So I have a feeling Mark is going to trash on me for this because he alluded to it at one point in time. Because I said this a couple of weeks ago that I was doing something and it was on a Monday or I don't forget what it was, and I couldn't join, or it was a Saturday afternoon. I couldn't join a Zoom meeting. My wife had thrown on the first episode for Farscape, and I was like, I got to go watch TV with my wife because we love that show. The Sci-Fi Channel brought it on, watched that thing, and probably about every 4 or 5 years, we'll do a marathon and go through all 4 seasons and the little mini Peacekeeper Wars at the end. I love it. It's a great show for me.
I'm sure it's
campy at times, but for me, I love it. One of my favorite sci-fi shows of all time.
But how many shows from when we were kids, like from my generation, Chris, you and me, how many shows actually hold up? Can you actually sit through an episode of the A-Team? Like I ran home.
I can.
Yes,
I can.
Not one.
I can. I can sit through it every day. I can watch old Battlestar Galactica, the original Battlestar Galactica. I can sit through it. I could probably stomach about 20 minutes of Galactica 1980. I mean, I would when the motorcycles take off. That is so cool, right? But no,
the first season about SG was just fantastic. That holds up. I got it in the box set somewhere. I love it.
We lost somebody. Who did we lose?
Matthew.
Matthew waves goodbye.
Oh, wait, where's your camera? Rich is in some lounge somewhere. You're muted. There you are.
Yeah, I'm lounging, watching Supernatural.
Okay, cool, good deal. So, how's the move and repair? Everything good?
Good. There's a development that I don't want to go into too deeply because it's not for certain, but based on the idea that it could happen, we are stepping up things like gutting the kitchen sooner. So we unpacked everything from the kitchen today and put it in another room so that we can start doing demo in there and getting other things set up to start happening immediately.
Oh my.
So you're in the new house?
Yeah. So basically I'm gonna let you know what's going on later. Going up Tuesday on my birthday to Pennsylvania and talk to some people about some things, and if things are good, I'll let you know next Thursday.
Ooh, cool.
Interesting.
Cool. By the way, while we've been useless on the internet, my son actually built the entire set while we were.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And by the way, I had YouTube playing in the background.
He was. You listening to us, or you listening to something else? My son's not listening to my show. He's listening to something else on YouTube.
I told you I was better than him.
It was background noise.
It was background noise for him, I guess. So
okay,
that isn't background noise enough on any given day.
What's that, Dana?
I said because his dad isn't background noise enough on any given day.
Okay, wait. Can I have something that's a little off topic that I have to know?
Hang on, let me pull up the button. All right, go ahead.
All right. Okay. How come Dana's side table there is shag? Like I just every time I see it, it's like a carpeted table. It's like a scratching post in table form.
Because I was born in 1972, and all of my Lego experience was green and yellow shag carpeting. And if I don't have that,
you can't Lego
it's just not Lego.
Okay. See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You gotta have that feel, that texture.
You're rubbing too much.
Switch away.
So
okay,
no,
but is it there for a purpose? Like so they don't slide?
So the reality is it's just a towel because every good fruit knows where his towel is.
Right.
But it's just a white Costco type table underneath it.
Okay.
Very plasticky. I have cats that like to jump up on said table while I'm doing things, and all you need is a cat and smooth surface and Lego. It's not pretty.
Got it.
So the towel is multi-purpose, but it does have a shag carpet feel to it. So I'm glad you recognize that.
All right. Okay.
It's
good.
velour.
It's velvet.
If it were socially acceptable,
What we need is Dana to wear a suit of it.
Ooh,
a velvet suit.
I think so.
These are
Well,
Larry.
Okay, me and Gil are twinsies today.
But I'm still splurting some. I got some Mark Sandlin going.
Oh wait, what do you got? You got
some Mark Sandlin going.
Hey, all right, nice.
Space. It's all good.
I don't. I have the Firefly reference.
Still
Video
good.
games.
Video game reference. That's cool. Well, you've got the weird band hat, Brian.
But at least he's open about your musical taste.
I'll send you some of their music later.
Chris says
You'll love it.
he don't want to go to hell.
Hey, you'll love it.
I'm sure it'll be right up my alley. So
Yeah, you're gonna do a sermon on it next Sunday.
Listen, I'll send you the stuff from back when they were Christian. It'll be great.
that'd be good. That'd be great.
Back in the day, Chris.
Back in the day. That's right. That's right. Take a drink, by the way. Oh, we lost Rich. Rich fell out.
Oh, he's gone.
Waving, so I think
he dropped his phone by whatever was holding it up on the side. I'm like, what is that?
Oh, Chris, go to the Hinkle comment. There you go.
Oh,
not a
hey.
space station, but there is someone who actually I don't know, maybe David saw. I don't know if they were at Brick Fest or the Bricks in the Six, but someone built a ship that was made.
Jeff Linden.
Was it?
The hockey set ship.
Oh, that's right.
I remember the hockey set ship.
Yeah,
That was cool.
yeah. It's one of my favorite things ever, and Jeff built it, and he brought it to one of our dinners. I was just in awe that he built the whole thing using the ice rink.
The hockey set, yeah.
That was, he brought that to Brickfest 06. That was he brought it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he did. That was good days. All right, everybody. Anybody? Oh, go ahead, Dave. What are you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say back in the day, but that's
back in the day. That's right. Back in the day. All right. Well, we've gone about an hour and a half. It's a great discussion. Good to know what you listen to and why you listen to it. I have to have something. My brain will not focus. I doodle. I actually had a teacher tell me like last year. I went through high school doodling and everything to keep so I could listen. I would doodle or sketch, or when I build, I have to listen. She called it, was it secondary processing or something like that, where it actually makes my brain work better by doing something else while I'm focusing on a task. So it made me feel better about my life. And so I got a diagnosis, right? Or secondary encoding. Maybe that was it. Oh, here we go. Are you done?
No, I'm only on. This is the end of bag 3, and I got 3 more bags to go.
I really have to say that set, when I watched the video for it, the promotional video, whatever, it is like the happiest set in the world. Like,
Man, you guys
are so happy. Like, yeah,
it's like a whole bag of Canadians.
We could really take that in a bad direction. Real bad.
I would really like
a black bag, and does it go in my trunk?
That is a whole trunk full of Canadians.
There it is. Today. So. By the way, so how many of you saw the Ecto one? Watched the video?
I saw it.
I am I want that.
Beyond the
set
Brick
so
has a
bad.
really good review on it. How many of you saw the thing? It is
I
great.
saw the picture. I want it with all my heart. Not as much as I want this one though.
Yeah, I think I watched the review today, and there's so many. It's so well done. The curving and the thing, and there's some extra play features in it that are really well done. So yeah, and there's a new windshield in the front, which of course we won't be able to get unless you get the set.
Bricks
for
and
those of us-
pieces.
yeah, no, sometimes they don't have the special windshields, which
Yeah.
the A-Wing was the only one that they really got us, and then nobody wants it because it's still on there. But I got plenty because I like them. But the windshield on that's really cool. But a lot of little play features, like a little side gunner that pops out that is apparently going to be in the movie, and a remote control car ghost trap thing that pops out of the back. But it's an amazing thing. You know, Ecto 1 is the 80s right there in a car, and so if you haven't watched Beyond the Bricks review of that, the guy does a really good job reviewing that. But it's a super awesome set.
Who reviewed it? Was it Brian or
was it Brian? I can't remember his name.
It was me.
Not this. Yeah, it was this Brian.
Bricks O'Brien.
No, it wasn't Bricks O'Brien. I can't remember who it was, but it's just a good review. They really did a good review. Although I will say Bricks O'Brien's review of the set that Julian's building is really well done, because it was talking about the set and just showing close-up spinning around, and that was kind of different.
I swear by it. If you guys don't know who Bricks O'Brien is, he's a video game guy. He used to do some other stuff for some other people. He also works for Beyond the Brick. You guys, he's awesome. You should go support him.
I actually checked him out after last stream when Julian was saying, sort of saying that he's really got a good game, and yeah, he really does some highly polished stuff.
Also, Vision Bricks, Kirk Wilson.
Vision Bricks.
We're friends.
We got you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff is all about getting us the message there.
Vision Bricks now.
Was that Vision Bricks? I wasn't sure.
I didn't get it. I missed it.
Do you know what? One thing, just to go back to the Ecto 1, and it's kind of like what I was saying last week. Is like after I watched the intro video and not a review yet, but I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, but again, it's a set that's high price point, high piece count, very complex. It's a lot of fan service to old farts like us, plus people who just kind of like that era. But again, I'm kind of like, okay, good job. Like, oh, it's really good, it's really cool. I'm like, but I still feel like the lower end of the prices and the themes, like you're kind of neglecting them. Like I was walking through Toys R Us. Sorry, guys. Yesterday, and I'm going through the aisle. Yeah, and they have a sale like $49 and up. There's it's like 20% off, but everything that's below it's regular price. So I'm looking, anything below 50, which would be about maybe 35 for you guys, and that drags like garbage. I wouldn't even want to think about it. I'm like,
yeah,
this stinks. Because I'm like, how many parents can't do the $130 set?
But that's not who it's for. That's not who it's for. Because you hit the nail on the head. It's for the old farts like us who are living on the nostalgia of a property that we love.
Totally, yeah.
And that we have the funds to build it or to pay for it.
Supposedly.
But it's not for anybody on this show. It's for the guy who I know who is in the Ghostbuster costuming group, who likes Lego but is not a huge Lego builder, but is a huge Ghostbuster fan.
Yeah,
and is like, I need that set.
Yeah,
that's who is going to be more likely to buy it. Or the guy who's all into 80 pop culture, who's been buying every one of the new the two Batman sets, the Michael Keaton Batmobile and Michael Keaton Batwing, because now I got my Ecto 1 to go in there. It's that market that Lego's hitting. It's not the AFoLs. It's the new market,
which is great. And I mean, like, make your bank there, because like do it, right? Like go 100%. But I think like, you know, can you take a little of the money that you make there and spend it down here? like that's kind of like what I'm, again, I know that I'm an old guy and, whatever and stuff, but I'm kind of like, just whenever I see these big new sets come out, I'm always impressed. But like I take it like when like Brian has some of his reviews of some of the smaller sets from back in the day, I'm like, or the set of the week, like you did so much with so little.
Yeah.
Like you just do a little of that still,
They're not there anymore. They've been replaced by corporate monsters.
I mean, for
I'm
real,
not
when
talking
you
about anybody's
It's sad, but it's true.
when you compare like a catalog, like I have some from like the late 90s and then one from this year, and you try to find sets that are like under $50. I mean, the old one, they had like 3, 4, 5 pages of just sets that were like under $10, and they were like, get all these cool sets, and they would have like a minifigure too and a neat little build. Now you can't find anything substantial for under 20.
Does it depend on the theme though? Like if you're a city builder, surely there's
Chris.
What was that, Magnus? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Oh, go ahead.
Does it depend a little on what theme you're talking about? Like it would seem to me that if you're a city builder, surely there are good city sets like vehicles that aren't buildings or in the sort of $20 to $40 range.
No, like that's the thing is actually that deal I was talking about at Toys R Us was was in the city line, and like in the city line we have a couple cars or whatever, but then everything really starts to click in at like the $60-$70 range, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right because it's like 50 here.
Yeah.
They really seem to be focusing on like the $40 plus now.
Yeah.
I mean the under $40 set, like the $30 set. Like for example, like right now in the Star Wars line, it's Obi-Wan's hut.
Oh man, $30 in the Star Wars theme now gets you nothing. I mean, look at the 2002. You get the final duel or whatever. Darth Vader, the Emperor, that was $7. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. They wouldn't do that with anything.
No, I mean, and
that's in the $100 set now. The duel.
Yeah, and to Gil's point, I mean, and we've talked about this like from the start of the week, like a set this size.
Beautiful.
Wait,
zoom in on that, Chris.
I am.
You'll love it.
Both hands. But I mean, a set this size when we were younger would have been like $4 or $5. I mean, you throw a little bit of wings on this or add something to it, and I mean, today's poly bags. They're nothing. They're kind of a waste. There's not enough to them. You get like a minifigure and like 30 pieces that make a hot dog or something like that. And
make a hot dog.
That was a Super Tramp album. 30 pieces to make a hot dog.
30 pieces in a hot dog. I mean,
I don't know.
The fact that a collectible minifigure is almost $5 now.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And your minimum sets, I mean, you just don't have those mid-range sets anymore. You don't have.
You see the page that Brian has there, right?
Yeah, pull that up, Chris.
Oh, yep.
Producer.
So I mean, look at that variety there. These are all under $10, and most of them are like $5 or less.
Oh, look, a 4-wide police car. I love it.
But I mean, you also get a police motorcycle with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so much playability right there. Even just like that pirate set that's got a skeleton and a pirate figure, like that's fantastic for $3.
Or there's right at the bottom of the corner that semi-rigged tow truck. That is a fantastic set. Like it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Right. So and it's even if you adjust for inflation and stuff, it's still dirt cheap.
Yeah,
right?
It's probably like 13 now.
Yeah.
Even the Street Sweeper was great. I got the Street Sweeper. That's a good set.
Yeah.
What actually that reminds me of how important gradients were on pages. Did you notice? Goes from
the 90s. Anything goes.
Right. By the way, let me read this. I got this off of a scan from '85 from Space Catalog.
Oh, yeah.
The most exciting universe on Earth, the Legoland space system has no boundaries. The fascinating crater landscapes, little astronauts aboard space scooters bustle about while giant spaceships Never seen before shuttle between the stars. Each model can be taken apart and rebuilt into another one just by inventing a little time. Not stick it on your shelf so you can look at it forever. Although, hypocrite, I'm all over the place.
Don't get me wrong, Chris. We love our display pieces.
Don't target me.
Chris, do you think that's actually a copywriting error in that last sentence? Rather than inventing little time, it's investing, do you think?
I wonder about that.
Yeah.
But I kind of like inventing a little time.
Inventing is kind of cool too, yeah.
Kids are not bored enough nowadays to do something creative. Oh, more gradients.
I wanted to point this out. This is literally the most expensive set in this catalog is $109. The most expensive thing.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
How many
like
pieces?
743.
So today that would probably still only be about $150 set.
Yeah, I think it is. And just like, I mean, there's 700, 800, there's so much in the like $100 to $800 range in a catalog now. It's insane.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Back then 150 was the limit.
But this is the thing that kind of like, like we're looking back, so sometimes it's hard to, it's a little bit of apples and oranges just, for a bunch of different reasons. But I mean, even when I look back to the last Agents run or even Ultra Agents, I'm like, good value there. Like there was some really decent value. And I mean, for the big truck or whatever, it was like $120 or something. But man, you got like 5 vehicles, 9 million figures, it's all great, right? And it's just this whole kind of shift. It literally seems to be within the last few years, like 3-4 years. Like I'm not talking 20. It's short term. So
we need to bring Dave's son and Fazoom Jr. in here to give us their input on the Ninjago line because that's probably the closest we're going to get.
Yeah,
the way we remember Lego.
I agree. He just went to go. Oh, Bricksmith, you got to head out.
Nope.
No, you got something to say?
I have a point that I've been making.
Point of order.
For since the set came out.
What's that?
Since Assembly Square has come out, they have done nothing but made huge sets and jacked up the MSRP on all these sets.
Actually, I think it was one more set before that.
No. Maybe.
I will say the most recent example I can think of like fantastic value from a non IP brand would be the Lego Ninjago movie sets. Those were incredibly priced.
They were. They really were.
And they had a whole range as far as prices. They were like 5 to they had like 5 to 10 to 20 to 30. And then I think the biggest was maybe like $100. So it very much felt to me like an old school Lego theme.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Lego movie too.
That would be cool.
Sets were a lot of them are inexpensive.
Yeah. Their own movie sets are usually very good value.
Yeah, Lego Movie 2's sets weren't expensive because they went on clearance so fast.
There's that too. There's that too.
But the thing we're all hitting on here, and that's why I referenced the Ninjago, is that that's not a licensed property. That's an in-house thing.
But I mean, even still, that one.
Cow.
I was gonna say I don't even think that the just straight Ninjago line is as good of a value as the movie line specifically.
No.
But I'm talking about like the fact that the Ninjago series in general seems to give you a better range of pricing for sets.
That's true.
5 to 150. Yeah,
versus licensed themes like Star Wars or Marvel movies or something like that. When you bring in the license theme, it seems to skew the whole price point completely.
Yes.
And I'm a big Star Wars fan, don't get me wrong, but I would really rather, I really wish they would have done Galaxy Squad and given us a series 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I really wish they would have.
Yeah, because a lot of time we had a good series that wasn't a movie or a IP was like Atlantis. I mean, those had little tiny sets and big sets. It was great. You could buy anything in between. It was very well done.
Because even Galaxy Squad didn't have a lot of little sets.
There's not a lot of little sets in Galaxy Squad. Not a lot.
It was mid-range to big sets, which
Atlantis
I think
had
is the reason
tons
why
of
it didn't do as well.
And even when you have the non-IP stuff, it's so irregular because you take the City line is ridiculously priced. Because I was in the store the other day, and you take the Friends sub for $50. You take the City sub for $50. You put them side by side, and there's no comparison. The City one is garbage. The City one is should be like $25, and the Friends one does tons more play activity, tons more parts, tons more everything. Right?
Friends is actually pretty good for stats.
Yeah, it's just
It didn't become bad. I thought
We gotta make we'll make an episode out of this. We gotta save it for.
Stopped the show about 30 minutes ago. But
yeah.
We went off on a tangent.
Sorry, that was my fault. But yeah,
that was a big tangent, though.
The mind can only take what the bladder can endure. But that was an excellent little rant of old Manning right there. That was super cool. And maybe we'll talk about that. I guess a good idea for a topic, our favorite like $30-ish set. That would be cool. Something like that, set like that made a big impact and was not like the super duper gargantuan price point and everything. Great discussion tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for this now almost 2 hour kind of cruising neutral.
It wouldn't be over bricks if we didn't push it to 2 hours.
I know, right? So, by the way, I've got a basic shape on my Vic Viper, and so there it is.
Put it this way, though, for 2 hours, man, considering what's going on the TV and the rest of the world, give me 2 hours of this.
It's
That's right. Any day. Any day. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank you for those who were in earlier, Meredith, and who else was here with us? Rich was here, and who else did we have here that dropped out?
Matthew.
Hey, whoever wins the election, we're invading Canada.
And we'll just apologize for it. So
sorry.
We'll say sorry, not sorry.
Sorry. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hope we had a great group in the chat talking about stuff too. Mr. Barry, I didn't say hello to you today, but I'm glad to see you again. And thanks for joining us. Y'all have a great night. Be creative, be awesome, be kind to a neighbor, and treat better than you want to treat yourself. Have a great night.
Bye, Chris.
See y'all later. Bye,
everybody.
Bye.